This video was made possible by Squarespace, the one tool needed to create your very own website or portfolio. For a free trial or your first purchase, use the code TechSource1 for 10% off. What is up, you guys? TechSource is back with another comparison. Today we are comparing the $3,000 base model Mac Pro to our custom gaming PC, which we built a few months ago for the same price. If you guys haven't seen the video to that already, here is the link to it. Alright, so here are the specs for both machines. You can pause the video if you need more time, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to continue. We will be comparing booting speeds, benchmark scores, rendering speeds, transferring speeds, and lastly, gaming performance to see which computer performs the best for the same cost. Keep in mind that we made this as fair as possible. We removed all the necessary background programs that are not needed to run the computer, as well as disabling all of the non-essential startup programs for the boot up test except Steam. Alright, so let's start the booting test. Here we go. Wow, Apple is already done booting just after 13 seconds. We're going to speed up the PC just to find out when that starts. And it looks like it just finishes shy of 40 seconds. So the obvious winner for the booting time goes to Mac. Next up, we have the benchmarks. We ran two different programs, the first being Geekbench. And again, we removed all the background applications, so it won't reflect on the score. And taking a look at the score, looks like Mac scored 3274 for the single core and 13,027 for the multi-core, whereas the PC scored 3674 for the single and 22,046 for the multi, making the PC the clear winner for the first benchmark test. The next benchmark test was Cinebench R15. Again, nothing is running on the background. Taking a look at the scores, it looks like the Mac clocked in at 77 frames per second with a Cinebench score of 662. Whereas the PC clocked in at 124 frames with a score of 1143, which gives the point to the PC for benchmarks. Alright, the next test is rendering. A computer isn't all about gaming, it's about getting work done as well. So for video editing, we installed Adobe Premiere Pro on both computers and used the same exact settings to render the same exact video. We sped this up so we don't bore you guys to death, and as you can clearly see, the PC finishes first, but the Mac Pro isn't that far behind. Moving on to data transfers, we copied an 11GB movie file to the desktop. For some reason, it's showing that the file is a bit larger on the Mac, but no matter, it finishes minutes earlier than the PC. We knew the SSDs were not going to stand a chance against the speeds of the PCIe flash storage. Alrighty, the last and final test is the gaming performance. We ran the most intensive game that we could find that was compatible on both systems. So we went with the game Metro last night on max settings for both computers, and you can already tell by the footage you won. The max average FPS fluctuated between 20 to 30, while the PC remained at a constant 60 to 70 frames throughout the game. This recorded footage doesn't really do the test justice since the frames appear a lot lower than it actually is on both machines, but it's pretty evident that the PC wins in this test. With its super fast memory, powerful CPU, and work rate graphics, the Mac Pro seems to be a killer machine, but when we stacked it up against our PC, it had trouble holding its own. In data transfer tests, the PC did not stand a chance with the Mac Pro loading up just about everything much faster than the PC, but the superiority pretty much stops there. Even though the Mac Pro's GPUs may be more than capable, they did not compare to the single GTX 780 when they were put up against each other. From gaming to rendering video files in Adobe Premiere, the 780 proved to be the superior card. The Mac CPU was also bested by the 3930K during the benchmark tests. Even though the Mac Pro is fairly priced and has exceptional hardware for the price, it was put to shame by a PC that was built with the same budget of $3,000. In the end, it does come down to personal preference. The Mac Pro's elegant and revolutionary design makes a nice machine for anyone who's looking for a good performance desktop computer that can also handle moderate levels of professional video and photo work. The PC is for someone who likes to be more involved in the creation process, as one can make his PC part by part and customize it to its liking. I'm going to personally stick with my PC. I'm not that impressed with the Mac Pro's performance. Yes, the more expensive options will get better performance, but the same can be said about the PC. So before I go, I want to thank Squarespace for making this possible and show you guys our website. Yeah, we do have one. In fact, we had it for a while now, for those of you that did not even know it existed. We built it using Squarespace and it was extremely easy for us. I think we got it up and running in less than a day. Everything is drag and drop, which makes it super easy to configure, and there's a bunch of awesome templates you can choose from, or you can even start from scratch like we did. This isn't just a website, you can do a lot more with Squarespace. You can build your own portfolio, create an online store and sell stuff, and it also scales to look beautiful on any device. Their support team is also available 24/7 if you have any questions or run into any problems, and they offer live chat and super fast email responses. The best part about all this is that it's free to try and there's no credit card required to sign up. If you guys do decide to set up an account, use the offer code TechSource1 for 10% off their already low prices. So that wraps up the video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.